Hello everyone, and welcome back to Secrets Behind the Stars. I'm thrilled you're here, because today's topic is the kind of surprise that makes your heart skip a beat. If you've ever swooned over on-screen chemistry, if you've ever rooted for a love story to spill out of the frame and into real life, or if you simply adore celebrity moments that warm the soul, you're in the right place. Lovers of Turkish dramas, yes, even those who binge Karda for the sweeping emotions, get comfortable. We're pulling the curtain back on a revelation about two of the most talked about names in recent years, Barış and Elçin Sangu. And trust me, what we've learned points to a beautiful new chapter in their family story. Before we dive into the clues and the whispers, a quick reminder, if you haven't joined the Secrets Behind the Stars community yet, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We're about to unpack a development that has fans buzzing, and I don't want you to miss a single hint, a single glance, a single soft detail that reveals so much. Let's set the scene from the start. Barış and Elçin Sangu didn't just co-lead a hit series, they sparked a phenomenon. Their unforgettable partnership, born in a romantic drama that swept across borders and languages, turned their names into household staples. The electricity was undeniable. Their characters' love story pulled at every heartstring, but it was the off-screen connection, the careful glances, the quiet respect, the laughter that never felt staged, that kept the world watching long after the credits rolled. While both have often chosen privacy over spectacle, every glimpse into their personal world has been cherished. Which is exactly why what's unfolding now feels so extraordinary. Rumors are swirling. And as we know, whispers in the entertainment world don't start without a reason, that Barış and Elçin are expanding their family. And no, we're not talking about a rescue pup or a new houseplant, though those would be adorable too. The signals point to something bigger, something life-changing, something that brings a brand new kind of joy into a home, a baby. The sort of news that turns late-night conversations into nursery plans and quiet mornings into memories in the making. How did the speculation begin? Quietly, almost shyly, the way significant news often does. A softened aesthetic in recent posts. Carefully chosen angles. A slight shift in outfits toward comfort and ease. A noticeable pause in the kind of activities Elçin used to embrace without a second thought. You know how it goes, when you look at each detail alone, it's nothing more than a choice. When you stack them together, they begin to hum with meaning. And then came the comments. Oh, those cryptic, smiling, not denying comments from people close to them, that had fans leaning in and holding their breath. Let's not forget the timeline that binds all of this with a golden thread. Barış and Elçin married in 2017 in a ceremony that felt like a dream you didn't want to wake up from, elegant, luminous, and drenched in a happiness you could see on their faces. From that day forward, their followers have waited, hoped, and whispered about baby news. And now, if the signs are as solid as they seem, it looks like wishes on both sides of the screen are finally coming to life. But here's the twist that's sending this into the stratosphere. Several outlets with a track record of being right before the rest have begun to suggest that this isn't just a first step into parenthood. The word is that Barış and Elçin are expecting their second child. That's right, number 2. For those who've been keeping a loving archive of their journey, you'll remember the arrival of their son, Karen, back in 2019. If what's being reported holds true, then Karen may soon be a big brother, with a partner in playtime and a co-conspirator in bedtime stories. Can we just pause to picture what that means inside their home? Parenting doesn't simply change routines, it rewrites them with purpose and softness. There's the tenderness of a father who becomes a fortress and a fool for tiny giggles, the grace of a mother who balances a world of scripts and schedules with the delicate rhythms of nap time and nesting. We've seen Barış reveal a gentle side that fans can't get enough of, the kind that shows up in small gestures and unguarded moments. We've watched Elçin carry her work with intelligence and poise while protecting the calm at the center of her private world. The idea of them welcoming another little soul is, frankly, joy in motion. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, no official statement has been made. This is still in the realm of speculation, careful and considered. But the consistency of the hints is hard to ignore. Public appearances have shifted, posts feel more selective, and trusted voices within the Turkish entertainment sphere are quietly aligning. If you've been following the breadcrumbs, you know they lead somewhere meaningful. Social media, of course, has lit up like a sky full of sparklers. Fans around the world are sharing happiness, sending blessings, and trading theories about due dates and gender predictions. It's one of those rare moments when a story from the lives of artists becomes a shared celebration. It reminds us that the affection people carry for a beloved pair doesn't end at a series finale. It grows with them, it roots for them, and it rejoices when love expands. There's also a cultural layer here worth honoring. In Turkey, family is a cornerstone, a pride, a promise. So when admired figures like Barış and Elçin reach this kind of milestone, it resonates far beyond headlines and timelines. It becomes a collective smile, a sense of familiarity and hope. And for a duo who've often modeled humility and empathy in the public eye, that shared happiness feels doubly deserved. If this is indeed their second child, they'll be stepping into something both known and brand new. Familiarity brings confidence. Those first weeks won't be quite as mysterious as they were with Karen, but each baby writes a different story. Each season of parenthood asks new questions and offers fresh miracles. When the time comes, we can imagine a softly lit photo, a few heartfelt words, maybe a tiny hand cradled in two loving palms. The kind of announcement that keeps the spotlight where it belongs, on life's quiet wonders. Meanwhile, it's impossible not to reflect on what brought them to this moment. Barış, with his unmistakable charisma, always manages to anchor a room without raising his voice. Elçin, with depth and elegance, turns scenes into memories. Together, they built a screen romance that seemed to breathe on its own, then carefully sculpted a real partnership that has endured the test of time and attention. Seeing them extend that partnership into a larger family, again, is the kind of narrative arc that feels both cinematic and wonderfully ordinary. A word about the rhythm of careers. If the whispers are true, we may see a gentle decrescendo in their professional tempo for a little while. Not a disappearance, not a retreat, just a pause between acts to savor what's priceless. A set can wait. The world can wait. Tiny feet don't wait to take their first steps, and laughter doesn't wait to fill a hallway at dawn. And when they do return to the spotlight at full volume, you'll likely notice a new glow, the one that arrives when people are living completely. Still, discretion matters. We respect their choice to confirm when and how they wish. Celebrity pregnancy stories have always been tricky. This is the most private of public joys. And yet, the harmony of the signals. The wardrobe shifts, the calendar adjustments, the friendly winks from insiders, makes it hard to see this as anything but real. The art of quiet confirmation, without saying a word, is something this couple has always excelled at. Think of Karen for a moment. The leap from only child to big brother is a magic of its own. New responsibilities, new games, new negotiations over toys and bedtime stories. A bigger family means a bigger circle of laughter, and yes, a few more sleepy mornings. It's the kind of beautiful chaos that many parents describe as exhausting in the best possible way. And if anyone can find grace in that whirlwind, it's the pair who've learned to navigate fame's noise with a steady hand and full hearts. To those asking, what comes next, the answer is simple: patience, kindness, and celebration. We keep listening. We keep wishing them well. We keep remembering that not every chapter is meant to be live-streamed as it's written. Some are better savored slowly, line by line. But if history is any guide, once the moment is right, there will be a glimpse, a tender frame, a few sincere words, that makes everything feel instantly, beautifully real. Zooming out for a final thought, it's hard not to admire how Barış and Elçin have shaped their narrative. They've proven that stardom and groundedness aren't opposites. They've shown that love survives the spotlight, that care can be louder than clamor, and that you can give the world stories while still keeping your most precious ones safe. And if another little heartbeat is indeed part of their story now, then we, like so many of you, are simply honored to witness it from a respectful distance. So here's where we land: the rumors are strong, the signs are visible, and the collective heartbeat of fans says this is more than wishful thinking. Reports suggest that Barış Arduç and Elçin Sangu are expecting their second child. If true, Karen will soon have a partner in mischief, and two already devoted parents will expand the circle of their love. It's the kind of news that pauses the noise, that gently reminds us of what matters: family, kindness, and the sort of happiness that doesn't need a headline to be real. That's our journey for today, and what a lovely one it's been. Tell me what you think. Do you feel the signs, too? Do you have a hunch about whether Karen will be welcoming a brother or a sister? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because your theories and your warmth are what makes Secrets Behind the Stars feel like a living room instead of a studio. If this story lifted your mood, share it with a friend who adores a good love tale. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to Secrets Behind the Stars and ring that bell, so you're right here with us when the next chapter begins. Until then, keep your hearts open and your eyes on the glow, because when love grows, it shows.